Hi everyone, welcome to the Data Monk. In this playlist, we will talk about the heart of machine learning, statistics. Today, our topic will be the random variable and random sampling and its type. First of all, we will talk about what are random variable. At first, it can be a little bit confusing, but in the simple term, we can say it is the result of a chance event that you can measure or count, or it is a quantity resulting from a random experiment that by any chance can assume many different values. So let's suppose you all know about the coin has two faces, head or tail. And if we toss a coin, we can either get head or tail. The result can be 0 or 1 and it can take two different values. So our random variable will be x. Now let us discuss famous ice cream seller example. One day, ice cream seller noted that there is potential to increase the business. So to increase the business, he started recording the data of their customer. The data of the customer is given as this means 225 customer has brought only one ice cream, 170 customer has brought only two ice creams, 55 customer have brought three ice cream, and so on. Then he calculate the random variable for his business. The random variable is denoted by x that can be calculated by the customer for particular ice cream by total customer means 225 by 500 is given for one ice cream is 0.45 and so on. Like 170 by 500 for two ice cream is given by 0.34. X is our random variable as it can assume many different variable as per customer and ice cream. So we can see that they are all different value and some are same. So for the ice cream seller, he can know any number of questions from this data table. Let us suppose he wants to know the number of customer who bought more than 3 ice creams. So he just have to calculate the random variable of 4 plus 5 plus 6 then divided by the number of customer he want to calculate. So let's suppose he want to calculate the number of customers who bought more than 3 ice cream for 200 customers. So just he have to add 0.04 plus 0.04 plus 0.02 which will give us 0 0.1. Then he just have to multiply it by 200 to get his number of customers. So he will get 20 as an answer, which is the number of customer who bought more than 3 ice creams. This is also an example of discrete random variable as he can only get number of customer in integer value as not as a fraction or decimal as we can't divide the customers. Now, we can further divide random variable into two types, discrete and continuous variable. What do you mean by discrete variable? As you have seen, discrete variable can only take finite or countable number of values. Let us suppose an example, the number of heads in 4 coin tosses or the number of diseases in random sample of 500. They can only come in integer value or in continuous value. The observation can take on any of the countless number of values in an interval. Now, you all are familiar with the random variable. So let us move to a random sample. What do you mean by random sample? It is a collection of independent and identically distributed random variable. Let's say our random sample will be x1, x2, x3 and xo. In this, every variable is our independent and random variable. In random sample, each row in the data set will have the same probability to be selected in the entire data. Now, we can further divide random variable sample into four types: simple random sample, systematic sample, stratified sample, and cluster sample. So now we will discuss more about each type of samples with examples. First of all, what do you mean by simple random sampling? In simple random sampling, small unbiased set is selected from the data set, or it is the most easiest and convenient way to sample the data. As you can see in the example, we have selected some sample from the data set in random model like 1, 3, and some number and second last. So now let us take a common example we will discuss in all four types of sampling. Imagine you want to select a simple random sampling of 100 employees from company database of 1000 employees. So you can assign a number to every employee in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And then use random number generator to select 100 employees. So our sample database can be 1, 3, 7, 12, 18 using random generator. as they all are random without any pattern. Now let us move towards systematic sampling. What do you mean by systematic sampling? In systematic sampling, a sample is selected in a particular order. Systematic sampling is much easier to conduct than simple random sampling. As you can see in the figure, we have selected some sample at a certain interval of employees, like 1, then after 1 is 4, then 7, then 10. So we have selected all the multiple of 3's in our employee database. Or we can take an example like all employees of the company are listed in alphabetical order from the first 10 number, and you randomly select a starting point, let's say number 5. From number 5 onward, every 10th person on the list is selected as our sample database. So our sample database will be 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, and so on. After this, we will discuss about what is stratified sampling. In stratified sampling, it involves dividing the population into subpopulation that may differ in important ways. It allows you to draw more precise conclusion by ensuring that every subgroup properly represented in the sample. Let us take an example. Suppose the company has data set of 800 female and 200 male as their employees. So you want to ensure that the sample reflect the gender ratio of the data set. So you can select the sample data set as 80 female or 20 male for 100 people, or for 50 people it can select as 40 female or and 10 male, and so on. Now let us move toward cluster sampling. It is the most used sampling in our machine learning algorithms nowadays. It is similar to the stratified sampling as it also involves subgroups, but each subgroup should have similar characteristic to the whole sample. This method is very good for dealing with large and dispersed population, but there is more risk of error in this sample as there could be a difference in our sample to our whole population. Let us discuss it by the simple example. Suppose the company has office in 10 cities across the country, and the company CEO have to visit all the company for the survey, but he doesn't have the capacity to move around so much. So he has divided the company using random sampling to select 3 office to service 1 office. This means he has assigned the size of the cluster as 3 and divided his 10 office into 3. Now he only has to visit 3 offices for the survey, which is more efficient and time saving. Now you all are familiar with the probability sampling. It utilizes random sampling technique to create a sample, and all all the sampling method give all the member of a population equal chance of being selected. But in the case of non-probability sampling, it is a group of sampling technique where the sample are collected in a way that doesn't give all the unit in the population equal chance of being selected. Probability sampling doesn't involve random selection at all. So non-probability sampling is assumed as a biased sampling, and probability sampling is unbiased sampling. We can get more good result with probability sampling than non-probability sampling. As probability sampling, the number of variables are randomly selected, so our accuracy will be precise as compared to the non-probability sampling accuracy. Thank you. Hope you like the video. For more good content, hit a like and share button.